Hi, welcome to Kit to Craft. If you're here, it's because you've purchased one of our kits, and today we're going to be putting together our yarn trees. Let's get started. First of all, you're going to need a few items of your own, and scissors, glue gun, glue sticks, and your kit. So, just a little reminder, we tie the colors at the top so you know what the colors of your tree will be. Open this up. And these bags can be reused if you want to give it as a gift, or after you put it together, give it as a gift. All right, in our kit, we have 2 trees. So you're gonna have small and large tree, medium tree, and we have put the colored yarn that matches the tree size in the package, so you know which goes with which, because one's longer than the other. I'm going to set aside our white tree, and we're going to do the red one for time's sake. Okay. All right. So the first thing you'll want to do is about 1 inch from the top, you're going to make a bead of glue that goes up to the tip. I set mine down, and then take your yarn and gently lay it on the glue. And then I pat it down a little bit. That glue is hot, but sometimes you do need to pat it down, and I don't want anybody getting burned. This part can be a little tricky. Just to be safe, I do kind of keep my finger on this. And you're gonna start putting glue around. I did find this little trick recently. I add a little more on the tip, bring it over, and then I hold it there. Then you're going to want to put a little glue from where your yarn ended around to the front, a little bit on the yarn, and a little bit over here. Now, I have also found kind of turning the yarn helps. This beginning part's probably the most difficult. And then I start to wrap it around. Don't pull on the yarn. You're going to just lay the yarn. You can kind of guide it down, maybe gently tug a little bit, but don't pull it tight. That's a key. Then I go around to where my yarn ended, and I put a bead of glue right up against the previous row. Even going a little there, go over that little piece because we have to glue that down. Here we go. We're going to gently wrap it around, making sure that this new row is snug up against the previous one. You don't want your cone to show through. And I laid it over. Again, you can kind of see.
Can we get a close-up of the top?
The very top. Yeah, you want to make sure that it's covered completely.
Yeah.
You can go back later and add little dabs of glue if you find some spots where you can see all the way through. And then I just kind of squeeze the yarn around that glue. Key here is don't over glue, but don't under glue. So that's really clear.
Clear as glue.
That's right, clear as glue. So I put a little along here, and I tend to squeeze the glue out and then spread it with the tip of the glue gun, because it helps avoid big clumps of dried glue underneath the yarn. Cross, I got that.
Okay, let's look a little closer.
Yep, lay that over there.
Very good.
I'm going to cross over our anchor piece. And this one, it's kind of hard to smear the glue because it catches on the fabric. Okay, I'm going to take that, pull it around. I'm not pulling, I shouldn't have said that. Bring that around.
Yeah. So you gently lay the yarn on
Yes.
the glue
So kind of
and work your way around.
Spread the glue. If you are worried that you're going to mess up, shorter segments of glue. Once you get the hang of it, you'll find yourself more comfortable with putting long stretches of glue. So I'm going to just put a little on there, and I'm going to show you an example.
A little closer.
Yeah, putting the glue right up there and kind of smearing it. I did this one all the way around because I wanted to show you that that can be done. But you're essentially holding the tree with one hand, gluing, and then laying the yarn over. Make sure you have I prefer to have a surface where I can just put the gun down even if it's not sitting up, because I only have so many hands. All right, now my glue stick has run out, so I stop, put one in, and then just go right back to what you're doing. It shouldn't interrupt too much. I just, again, like to have a flat surface over here where I can just kind of toss the glue gun. There we go.
Yeah, so glue gun on a little plate.
All right, I just want to show you, you're going to get little threads of glue. You know, as long as they're just kind of laying on top of the fabric, those are really easy to pick off. So I don't get too worried when I string the glue along as I'm going. If it's a big glob, that might be different. I'm more inclined to let the glue dry, and then if I have to, I can trim it off with a pair of scissors. Otherwise, most of it comes off with just pulling it off. Okay, so I've stopped here for a moment. I'm getting really close to the end, and you can see I've got all these little strings, and they really pull off rather gently. I only have one that kind of appears as though it's a little more attached, and instead of yanking that off, I'm just going to clip it with scissors because I don't want to pull any of the yarn out of place. Kind of keep your scissors flush with the surface and just give that a snip. Now, as you get into the bottom, you're going to have to get creative with your gluing. So I tend to start using shorter segments again. And another little tip is, as you're going, if you turn the yarn gently, this yarn tends to come untwisted. And you can just kind of turn it a little as you're going along. It helps it keep that look. If you don't, it'll be fine too. I'm gonna go there. Now, I'm trying not to go below the edge of the tree. I'm going to explain why in just a moment. As soon as I get that glued there. Because I made some recently and I went down a little lower because I was really concerned about the bottom of the tree showing. And then when my tree sat there, it was kind of spongy. And I thought, nobody's going to want that. Okay. I need another glue stick. Aha. So then I kind of hold it back as I'm going around.
Now, let's see the bottom again.
I have just a little bit left. We did label them also. Just whatever reason they get mixed up. Now I'm out of glue. So I'm going to twist that a little. I'm going to hold what's already glued. Now I am pulling a little more snugly. A little more snug. Anyway. And I've gotten down to the point. Glue stick. This is about 2.5 glue sticks for this little one. And then done there. All right, now I'm going to trim. There's two ways you can do it. You can bring it underneath, but I don't think it sets as flat. That's my opinion. So you're going to cut fairly close to the end. Cut off your excess. Now there should be, there is, craft stick. I tend to use my fingers as I go along. You can use a craft stick, oops, if you are nervous about touching the hot glue, if you're not used to handling a glue gun. Now, I just put a little bit of glue and I tend to spread it over the yarn there. And I probably went a little too far. Now I kind of smooth down, and you can use the craft stick. I'll show you how I can do it with the craft stick. Put some glue in there. And then use that to help you go in the direction of your, the direction you're going when you're wrapping, otherwise you'll rip off the yarn. Now, I'm going to show you another little tip. I do sometimes put just a little bit of glue on the end and then smooth that down. All right, there we go. I
Very
have some
nice.
strings attached still. There we go.
There we go.
And there's your tree. You can add whatever little decorations you want to it. Get pearls, little gems, a star at the top. There's lots of little things. Ribbon. And I'm big on reusing. If you have some old jewelry with some little beads or something, put that on there, glue them on and decorate it. It's a fun thing to do. The white tree is done exactly the same way, so you're going to repeat the entire process with this tree. And there we go. There is our yarn Christmas tree. Thank you very much.